Vitamin B6 levels are known to decline naturally with age and are further depleted under chronic stress, two overlapping conditions that affect a vast segment of the population. As the body ages, its ability to absorb, metabolize, and retain nutrients becomes less efficient. At the same time, psychological and physiological stress increases the turnover and loss of many vitamins, B6 included. The result is a silent but significant decline in this vital nutrient among older adults and stressed individuals who paradoxically have the greatest need for it. Despite this, B6 status is rarely assessed in either group, and deficiency symptoms are often misattributed to aging itself or psychological strain, leading to missed opportunities for prevention and support. The reduction in B6 with aging is multifactorial. Gastrointestinal absorption becomes less efficient, hepatic function slows, reducing the conversion to the active coenzyme PLP, and renal excretion may increase. Older adults are also more likely to be on medications that interfere with B6 metabolism, such as diuretics, antihypertensives, or antidiabetics, further increasing the risk. Compounding this is a decline in dietary diversity. Many elderly individuals consume fewer nutrient-dense foods due to reduced appetite, dental issues, or restricted diets for chronic conditions. This leads to a state of marginal deficiency, where serum levels may appear normal but cellular function is impaired. Chronic stress, on the other hand, activates the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal (HPA) axis, leading to sustained cortisol production. B6 plays a key role in modulating the stress response through its involvement in synthesizing neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, and GABA, molecules that help regulate mood, focus, and sleep. Under stress, demand for these neurotransmitters increases, accelerating the use and depletion of B6. In high-stress conditions, be they psychological, anxiety, grief, overwork, or physiological, illness, inflammation, trauma, this depletion can happen rapidly, pushing individuals into functional deficiency even when dietary intake appears sufficient. What's concerning is how rarely this dynamic is acknowledged in clinical practice. Elderly individuals are routinely screened for iron, B12, or folate levels, but B6 is almost never tested unless a deficiency is strongly suspected, usually only after overt neurological symptoms appear. Similarly, those suffering from anxiety, burnout, or trauma are often offered medications or therapy without any assessment of the underlying nutritional landscape that supports mental resilience. This reflects a systemic disconnect between mental and nutritional health, especially when it comes to foundational nutrients like B6 that don't grab headlines or offer patentable treatments. Symptoms of low B6 in older or stressed populations, fatigue, mood swings, confusion, irritability, poor sleep, and immune decline, are often chalked up to aging, depression, or general decline. But these are also classic signs of B6 insufficiency, and in some cases, supplementation can bring notable improvements in mood, cognition, and energy. Even conditions like insomnia or anxiety, which are rarely approached nutritionally, may have roots in low B6, especially if combined with high stress or age-related decline in neurotransmitter synthesis. There's also growing evidence linking low B6 levels to increased inflammation and cardiovascular risk in older adults. Elevated homocysteine, partially regulated by B6, has been associated with higher risks of dementia, stroke, and cognitive decline. While folate and B12 receive attention in this context, B6 often remains in the background, despite its crucial role in the same metabolic pathway. For these reasons, experts have suggested that the recommended daily allowance, RDA, for B6 in older adults may be too low, particularly for those under stress or with chronic disease. Yet the RDA remains conservative, and most over-the-counter supplements provide only minimal doses. Functional practitioners and nutrition researchers increasingly recommend higher intakes, often in the range of 10 to 25 milligrams daily for maintenance in at-risk populations, or higher under supervision, especially using the activated PLP form for better absorption in older individuals. In conclusion, the decline of vitamin B6 with age and chronic stress is a subtle but important public health issue. Its underappreciation stems from the nonspecific nature of deficiency symptoms, the outdated assumptions that the elderly require fewer nutrients, and a healthcare model that often overlooks micronutrients unless a crisis emerges. But B6 is not optional. It is a cornerstone of cognitive, emotional, immune, and metabolic health. Recognizing its depletion in elderly and high-stress individuals could offer a low-cost, low-risk intervention to improve vitality, mood, and resilience in populations that often need it most, yet are least likely to receive it.